Hi, I'm Christine McKay, and welcome to My Craft Studio. Today we have Emily with us, and her blog is emilydalydesigns.com, and we are going to talk a little bit about recovering your dining room chairs, but still keeping them cute, right?
Yes, and kid-friendly.
We don't have to cover them with ugly kitchen towels or anything, right?
Nope.
And we're also going to talk about some of Emily's new fabric that she's designed right here, and I want to jump right into that actually, because it is just... It's beyond me of how you can have an idea here and put it onto fabric. Tell me how you got into that.
I have always really loved colors. I had some experiences as a child that have really cultivated that for me. But first, about 4 years ago, I walked into a quilting shop and there were all these colorways and they were flirting with me and they wanted me to take them home.
I love that.
I was struck with that because I didn't know that color and fabric and design could do that for anybody. And so I really wanted the opportunity to provide that experience for me because it's so visceral and it's so uplifting. I really just wanted to try my hand
I love
at that.
The fabric was flirting with you.
Yeah.
And it isn't, don't you love that when you find something that just speaks to you?
It needed to come home.
It needed to come home.
I didn't know what it wanted to do at my house, but it needed to come home.
No, let me ask you this, do you sew?
Yes, I do sew.
Okay, that's good, because see, for me, I would just collect it and just put it in a cute little basket.
Well, that's good too. It's still beautiful. It's a piece of art, either way.
But this project is actually something that I think that I could do. And
yeah.
Tell me, I love the story you were telling me earlier about your sister.
Yes, this is actually the top of my sister's dining room chair, and she has two little boys that are 5 and under, and they've been just using kitchen towels because they like this and they want to keep it that nice, but they've started to have opinions, the boys, about whether or not the towel will be on there. And so she asked me if I could help her cover something with laminated fabric. And then this line came out that's mine, and she's like, great, can you make your fabric laminate? And so I found some product out there that will do that. It's so easy to use. It's so easy. You just trace, just like any upholsterer job, you just trace your thing on the fabric. And then, so this isn't quite as wide as my fabric, but it's not going to be a big deal because you can layer it and the seams just really disappear.
Oh, I love it.
And this is just, this one comes in clear gloss, and then there's a matte finish. I've used the matte finish here.
And what I think is super neat about this is, when we were speaking earlier before we went on camera, was that there really is a limited selection of vinyl fabric. And a lot of times it's like rodeo, you know, going to a picnic stuff.
Yes.
And so this is super great. And the other thing is, if you do find the really cute patterns, it can be very expensive.
It can be. Laminated fabric is typically $14, $15 a yard. Quilter's fabric is right around 10. This was $10 for 2 yards, so it's 15 by 2 yards. So it's a cost-effective way, but better than that, if these are in your dining room, you probably have a color scheme already going on in there.
Right.
But you want your kids to live there too. We love them.
Sometimes.
Most of the time, at dinner time especially. But if you can take a fabric that you find for cheaper that matches your color scheme and make it kid-friendly, it's a win-win.
And how forgiving is it, like when you're ironing? Like, what are the steps for that?
It's really easy. You have to make sure that you trace it on upside down. I learned that maybe the hard way. I don't know. Shh, we're not saying. You trace it on upside down because then you'll just peel it off.
Okay.
And there's a slightly sticky side.
And is this pretty forgiving, like if it, it's kind of, it's like barely tacky.
Yes, it's barely, so they say sticky side, but it's barely sticky. And then you can just lay it on there. So you'll just smooth it down, and then make sure you put this paper back on it or some thin material. Then you'll take your iron, and you will just, you don't want to touch the other vinyl with your iron, and you just move it every 8 seconds. You're kind of overlapping it. And then I usually use a bigger piece of paper, and then make sure you get the edges really well, and then they'll just disappear. And after that, you can sew it, so you can make a rain jacket.
And it feels really good. It's not like really ultra bulky or anything.
It's very malleable. You can bend it a lot, and so it will upholster very well because you can still kind of stretch it a little bit. Still got a little bit of stretch, which is important when you're doing that. It's just really versatile, and it makes it so you can have your decor in your dining room the way you want it and still have your kids live with you and be happy.
So if you want your kids to live with you and even sit down at the kitchen table, which doesn't happen at the McKay house very often, this is a great product. I can't wait to go try it because I'm thinking of all sorts of like mixed media altered journals and lots of fun things to use with this. So Emily, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
Don't forget to stop by emilydalydesigns.com, and it is growing and you're going to be adding more things, and so you can get some more great tips and tricks. So So thanks for stopping by, Emily.
Thank you.